Hi, I'm Brandon from Dorian Creech is Dead, and this is the story of how I fell in love with ska. The very first console that I personally owned was a Sega Genesis, which I didn't actually get until just after the launch of the Dreamcast. At the time, I was blissfully unaware of the Sega Saturn's existence, and I was enjoying Genesis classics like Streets of Rage, Golden Axe, and Sonic the Hedgehog while dreaming, no pun intended, of owning my very own Dreamcast one day in the future. That day would finally come towards the end of 2002. For my birthday, I received a Dreamcast with a copy of Marvel vs. Capcom 2 from my parents, and my two older brothers would go in together to get me Power Stone 2. That was the best birthday haul I ever received, by far, and it didn't end there either. A few days later for Christmas, one of my brothers ended up getting me Soul Calibur, and the other one got me Crazy Taxi, and quite possibly the strangest game I've ever owned, Samba the Amigo. Now, I have a whole video about how Crazy Taxi was the game that introduced me to punk rock, and at some point I will likely be doing a video on Tony Hawk Pro Skater, which introduced me to bands like Goldfinger and the Suicide Machines. But it was this absolutely insane rhythm game, starring a monkey and a sombrero, that got me hooked on the band that I would go on to see more than any other band, Real Big Fish. Just off the top of my head, I would see them in 2011 with Streetlight Manifesto, in 2012 with Big D and the Kids Table and Suburban Legends, in 2013 with The Pilfers, and then again that same year with Goldfinger, in 2015 with Less Than Jake and Authority Zero, and then in 2017 with Anti-Flag. And I'm probably forgetting a show or two. I don't really know what went into the decision-making process of my brother buying me a copy of this game, but the fact that it was in the first few games I ever got with my Dreamcast, and that it was a nice change of pace from the fighting games I was usually playing on the console, meant that I played this game a surprising amount. I still don't really understand how Real Big Fish ended up in the soundtrack of a Latin American-themed rhythm game about a monkey and a sombrero, but whoever made that decision at Sega changed my life forever, and I can't imagine things happening any other way.